Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the O-Ray team with an overview of the ToVi X4 encoder module. This product is part of the new ToVi system from O-Ray, which allows you to easily create a flexible and expandable AV over IP solution for distributing all of your media content to multiple remote locations at the same time over a single IP connection. The product fully supports 4K media content and is both HDMI 2.0B as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with a wide range of modern media equipment. It also offers two different styles of input connections, a standard full-sized HDMI connection for older gear and a newer set of USB-C connections for portable gear. The product also provides local loopback functionality, which allows you to continue to enjoy the media content here while you're distributing it to your remote locations. It also includes audio extraction capabilities, where it can digitally separate the audio component from the media you're distributing. It allows you to pass that along to a soundbar, home stereo, or amplifier system for that full theater experience. It also includes KVM functionality, which allows you to connect the keyboard and mouse up at one of those remote locations to remotely control a computer connected here at the primary location. There's a set of infrared blasters included with the kit that provide complete remote control of the media content from that secondary location, and the entire solution utilizes the very latest in power over Ethernet technology, which means when you plug this into a PoE capable switch, you won't have to worry about a power supply at this location, which greatly simplifies your wiring. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing first, just to show you everything that's included with the product, and then I'll take a closer look at the unit, and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand exactly how to use it. I'll list the features and functions that this product provides, and then I'll come back one more time and do a short demonstration to show you just how easy it'll be to add this encoder to an existing ToVi system. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find the unit. You'll find a single 12-volt 2.5 amp DC power supply. You can simply plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, and this plugs directly into the DC input port on the rear of the unit and provides all the power you'll need for operation. But remember, this product is PoE capable, so again, if you plug this into a PoE capable switch, you won't need to worry about that power supply. You'll find several connectors you can use for the audio extraction feature, a set of infrared blasters that provide that remote control from that second location, a bracketing kit you can use to mount this unit up off the ground and out of the way if you choose to do that, and finally a full instruction manual is also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the solution that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, I'll list the features and functions, and then I'll come back and do that demonstration. This product features a full metal enclosure which makes it incredibly durable and really helps to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the sensitive electronics inside. On the top of the cabinet, as well as along both sides, and even the bottom, you'll find ventilation slots that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. On either side of the cabinet, you'll also find mounting holes that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount the module up off the ground and out of the way. On the bottom, there are 4 rubber feet that will protect the surface you set it down on and keep it from sliding around during operation. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, is a reset button. You can use a small paper clip to gently tap that button if you need to reset the module. To the right of that is a power indicator. When you add power to the module, it starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics, and once it passes that test, it'll light the power LED, letting you know it's ready to use. To the right of that is a link indicator. When you power up the module and connect it to the network, this encoder starts looking for a decoder that's operating on the same channel, and when it finds that companion, it'll light that link indicator, letting you know it's got a pairing. To the right of that is a 3-digit display that lets you know what channel this encoder is operating on, and you can change that by using the network control hub through software or by tapping these 2 buttons. This module also provides KVM functionality, which allows you to connect the keyboard and mouse up at the decoder module to remotely control a computer connected to the encoder module. And you'll need to connect the cable between this port and your computer to enable that function. These 2 USB-A ports are both USB 2.0. These can be used for connecting external peripherals like a microphone or a camera to the local computer. On the rear of the unit, starting on the left, is a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You can simply plug that power supply into a standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs in right there, and you can finger tighten the collar. But this module uses power over Ethernet technology, so if you plug this into a PoE capable switch, you won't have to worry about that power supply. To the right of that is a LAN port, and that's the port you'll use to connect to your local network. And again, if it's a PoE network, no need for the power supply. To the right of that are 3 connections, 2 USB-Cs and a full-sized HDMI, and these are all input connections that you can use to connect to whatever media device you'd like to share the content from with your remote location. And it's nice that you have a choice between USB-C and HDMI. This product provides local loopback functionality, which allows you to continue to enjoy the content at this location while you're simultaneously sharing it with the remote location. And to take advantage of that feature, you can connect the cable from this output port to a local monitor to enjoy that content. This product also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio from the media content and then allows you to pass that along to a soundbar or home stereo for better quality audio. And these connections allow you to do that. This is an optical SPDIF output and an analog left and right. You can also inject audio through this port that will be played along with the media content. This product allows you to control it through an RS-232 connection to a local computer, and you can make that connection here. To the right of that is a series of connections that can be used for relays and digital I/O, and these are fully explained in the manual. Finally, to the right of that, you'll find 2 3.5mm ports labeled IR in and IR out, and these are infrared blaster ports. In the case of the encoder, you'll plug that infrared blaster into the IR out port. That's pretty much it for the encoder. The ToVi X4 encoder is compatible with a wide range of modern HDMI media devices, including computer systems, security cameras, streaming devices, game consoles, and media players like Apple TV. The product's features include full support of 4K media content. It offers audio extraction capabilities. It's both HDMI 2.0B as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant. It provides 300 feet of unicast or multicast extension and offers both an HDMI and USB-C connection for your input devices. Now I'll show you just how easy it'll be to use the ToVi X4 encoder module to share your media content with the rest of the ToVi network. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up a mini PC that's currently connected to this monitor, and that's the media content I'd like to share with the remote locations. Over here I've set up a second monitor with a receiver module, and this represents the remote location where I'd like to enjoy the content from the primary location. And these can be up to 100 meters apart. I've connected the receiver module directly to this PoE switch, which I'll use to form the backbone of my network. In front of me I have the encoder module. Now the first connection I'll make is from the PC directly to the module, and I'll do that by disconnecting the HDMI cable from the local monitor and plugging that directly into the HDMI input port on the encoder. And now I can add this module to the network. I've got a Cat6 cable right here that I'll plug into the LAN port in the back of the encoder and the other end of it into any open port on my PoE switch. Now the minute I do that, because this is a PoE capable device, the power required for this module is sent over that same LAN cable along with the media content. And the minute this starts its power on self-test, it's checking the electronics internally, it's checking the resolution of the media content, it's looking for a companion somewhere on the network where it can send the media content to. Now I've already set up the relationship between these two modules using the network control hub, so once this finishes its power on self-test and handshakes with the receiver, you'll see the image appear over here. It'll take a second for that to happen, and there you go. So what you're viewing here is media content from the primary side that started out as an HDMI signal. It's been converted into a network signal through the encoder, sent across the network, and then turned back from that network signal into an HDMI signal at the remote location for display in this monitor. Now, this product also offers several other features that I'd like to show you. The first one is called local loopback, where you can continue to enjoy the content at the primary location while you're simultaneously sharing it with all of your remote locations. And to take advantage of that feature, you'll need an additional HDMI cable, and you'll plug that into the local monitor at the primary location, and the other end of that cable into the HDMI output port on the encoder. Now it'll take a second to recognize the monitor, and there you go. So you're viewing the same content here that you're simultaneously sharing with all of your remote locations. The other feature I'd like to show you is called KVM, which allows you to connect the keyboard and mouse up at that remote location to remotely control the computer at the primary location. And to take advantage of that, you need to connect the encoder to your computer using a USB-B cable, and this plugs directly into the port on the front of the unit. And then you can plug a keyboard and mouse in at the remote location. Now, I'm using a wireless mouse here, so I'll plug the dongle in. And the minute I do, watch what happens to the cursor. I've got complete control over the computer from that remote location that's at that primary site. So there's a lot of features and functions this product provides, and it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the ORAY ToVi X4 encoder module helpful. This product provides a very easy way for you to share all of your media content with multiple remote locations at the same time over an existing ToVi network through a single IP connection. The product provides two different styles of input ports, a full-sized HDMI, and two USB-C connections to make connecting to your media equipment incredibly easy. It also provides local loopback functionality, which allows you to continue to enjoy the content here at the primary location while you're simultaneously sharing it with your remote locations. It also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio component from the media that you're distributing and allows you to pass that audio along here to a home stereo soundbar or even an amplifier for that full theater experience. KVM functionality is included, which allows you to connect the keyboard and mouse up at one of the remote locations to remotely control the computer here at the primary location. The infrared blasters provide complete remote control of the media content from that secondary location, and the entire solution employs the latest in Power over Ethernet technology, which means when you plug this into a PoE capable switch, you won't need the power supply, which again greatly simplifies your wiring. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.